Friends with differences.
Friends with differences.
Friends with differences.
Friends with differences.
Friends with Differences podcast, episode 3.
Woo!
Thanks for joining. This is the intro. Maya, thank you for coming on again. Special
Have
guest.
me back.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. This was fun. So, what do we talk about generally? Talk about AI.
And AITA, which is
AITA.
Got a team going.
yeah.
Which
Send it
is
up.
AITA is
Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? The Reddit thread, you know,
Reddit thread.
sifting through.
Sifting through
The
some
best
Reddit.
of the
Pretty
best.
good.
Yeah. What else do we talk about?
We talked about superpowers.
yeah, superpowers.
Superpowers, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
We
Yeah,
talked
we've narrowed it down.
Yeah.
We're pretty good.
Not
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
All right, cheers to the Friends with Differences podcast. Woo! All right, episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
We finally sat down and pressed record.
Yep.
Special guest, Maya. Welcome to the Gingerhouse. Welcome to the Friends with Differences podcast.
He won't forget her this time.
Oh no! I'm practicing intros.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being here. We were just ranting about trains going off rails.
Yep.
In my home state.
Yeah,
It's kinda crazy.
Native Ohioan. Are you our first Ohioan on the podcast? I guess you were here last week, but probably so.
Yeah, first Ohioan.
Yeah.
The border's only 45 minutes away, but you know, it's...
See,
And
there's
I'm
also.
a fan. I
Oh,
went to
yeah.
school in Ohio.
Well,
We both did.
yeah. Yeah, we both did.
Different school.
Yeah, different.
Can I get an OH?
IO.
Look at that.
I mean, of course, I'm a Buckeye.
Buckeye.
Have you ever been to the Ohio State game?
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Too many to count.
Have you?
I've gone to one.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to any more.
I used to spend my summers going as a kid because I have a lot of family in Columbus, and I have a relative who worked at Ohio State. So I would go spend my summer there and go to the games.
That's
That
cool.
was what I had. I made Buckeye necklaces out of clay. I was
Decked out.
through and through. I had my cute pink Ohio State jerseys. I
Oh,
was
yeah. College football is the peak of going to sporting events for me. I love it.
See, I went to a school where, we went to a school where Division I football wasn't. Well, I guess it's kind of Division I.
We're
it's
double A,
It's
or what is
2A
it?
or
Sub-A?
something. It's not. Nobody goes. Nobody goes to our football games.
We had one guy go to the league.
At Dayton or?
At Dayton.
Yeah.
Our basketball games are huge. Football games.
Yeah, that's
not.
true. It's
Yeah.
definitely a basketball school.
What's
Yeah.
funny because historically we were good at football, but
I mean, we're
It's
not
not
bad.
anymore.
It's just we don't play with for UD. What they could be is a MAC school and go play Ohio State
yeah, but I mean I'm
and
talking
get smacked. Yeah.
Do they
a
have
long
an
time
arena?
ago.
Like a proper stadium?
They do technically, but it also share it with Dayton Public Schools.
Yeah.
For the high
really?
schools.
Yeah, they haven't invested in it much,
Mhm.
but they've redone
They break
other
even.
sports fields and things like that. So I think they're probably gonna redo it soon because they just redid baseball.
Well, they
just
keep
redid
on-
track.
So a lot of the football team I know wants the soccer stadium.
Yeah, that's the move is just to do them together as a big ass
Yeah.
stadium.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gosh.
And
Soccer's huge. It's
They,
just huge.
they want to steal the soccer stadium because they like the layout more. And the soccer players are you will destroy our grass. It's natural grass, so you will just cut it up all the time.
yeah,
I heard the NFL's kind of pitching for
Yeah, grass.
grass too.
Yeah, they
that
are.
That'd be
turf
cool.
was
I'd
a
be
whole issue
up
at the
for that.
Super Bowl because people were
Was it?
slipping and sliding.
They were slipping a bunch.
I don't know how
Yeah.
that the science
That was
behind
funny.
that, but it was
There was
that's pretty bad though.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
not
Like,
good.
Super Bowl, you slip and slide and you lose a Super Bowl. I mean, you're
Super
gonna be
Bowl is
thinking about
kind of a
that.
joke. Did you see all that
it's more like
image?
tearing the
Sad.
ACL.
That too. It was injuries.
Yeah, it's definitely a safety hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, kind of just puttered to a stop there. I don't know. It was anticlimactic for me. I just wasn't a fan.
I don't know. It was a Rihanna concert with some football around it. For me.
yeah.
I mean,
Rihanna concert
yeah.
still probably would have filled the stadium.
And as a
It
Bengals,
would absolutely would
100%.
have.
100%.
And it was
Shouldn't
like, shut
charge
up,
as
baby.
much,
But I
but-
was like, it's a baby. At first I was like, oh, it's
And
postpartum body. And then it came out as a baby, and I was like,
Has
Baby
she
number
not been
2?
in like the public spotlight in a while?
No.
No.
She hasn't
Really?
performed in like 2 or 3 years.
she's been with the baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool.
But no, as a Bengals fan, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. I watched the Rihanna
Hey,
concert.
fair enough, man.
I was disappointed. I was
Yeah.
depressed.
Yeah.
See, that's
I
the
drank.
whole- it's an entertainment thing. It's
Oh, it is for
you
sure.
know, like jokes.
No, I 100% just watched the best commercials afterwards, and like watched the worst commercials. So I just witnessed all of that afterwards and watched the Rihanna
The
Rihanna.
Tubi commercial.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, 2B1 was interesting. Where they thought people changed it. You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People did have a weird reaction to that.
There were some people that were like willing to fight.
People did actually. This girl.
That's so weird. I mean, I love it just because it's that promoted.
Oh,
no,
I
this
know.
girl got on Reddit and said that her boyfriend punched a hole in the wall over the commercial, and so she
Over
broke
the
up with him.
commercial?
Yeah.
Well, good for her for breaking up with him because that's moronic. What are you doing?
He didn't know it was a commercial yet.
Well, he kept yelling about it
He
even
was
afterwards,
yelling-
right?
Yeah, he was like insane. He was mad at her
What
for
a
like
moron.
sitting on the remote, and then it came out. Figured out it's a commercial, but
Yeah.
He
Like
punched the
2
wall.
seconds later,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
already punching a wall.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's quick. That's a quick snap. I'm kind of jealous. Like, I don't think I could actually like get mad enough in that like quick of a time.
that's not a good thing. Don't
No.
be jealous of that.
I
That's
know,
not
I know.
good.
I'm just saying.
The
if
fact that you aren't
UFC.
even like, you haven't even figured out what's going on yet, and you're that angry. Like he didn't even know what was occurring,
Oh,
and punched
I know.
a hole in the wall.
This
Like
is
that's.
where Drew should be here. Drew, great guy, gonna be here someday, but he was supposed to be here. That man has punched a wall for sure. He has broken his hand doing that action.
Really?
Sorry to call you out, bro, but you're supposed to be here for this combo.
Yeah, I'm assuming he probably hit a stud,
Oh, yeah.
didn't he? Did he hit a
Yeah.
stud?
It was a garage.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
I do remember
We don't
that.
gotta get into it, but
Yeah.
you know, you gotta punch. I punched a wall today. I literally punched the speed bag for a while, walked in here, still punched the wall. Isn't that amazing?
What's up with guys and punching walls? Of all things, like why the wall? I don't understand what
Well,
the
I'll
like.
punch counters and stuff too.
But why not why not like a chair or just like why the
Something
wall?
soft is what
You
you're
need
saying?
something solid because
Yeah.
you don't want it to break. I don't think.
But
Like a
like a
pillow.
pillow is what you're saying. Like,
Oh,
it's
that's
soft.
Like I'm
Not
looking at that chair because it's right
Yeah.
in front of me with a cushion on it, but I'm like, why not punch like a pillow or like if you don't actually have
Yeah.
a bag? Like we have at my house, we've got a bag, so
Yes.
like if I need to punch something,
Yeah.
I can hit that. But if you don't box, you don't have a bag, why don't you punch like?
That's what brothers are
Anything
for,
else.
right?
Yeah.
You know?
Little brothers.
That's why siblings, should come in pairs. At least. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we got a speed bag here. My dad got a speed bag for here, and I've been using it a lot in the garage. And at first I sucked, and I'm not saying I'm like great now, but I can at least punch
Like
it
consistent. Like
consistently.
get a
Yeah.
get like a repetition going.
For sure. And I love it. It's such a good,
Frustration. Like,
frustration release
Yeah.
for sure. Like today, driving, got a ticket. That sucked. Came back here, punched the bag.
Oof.
Fun day.
What'd you
fun
get a ticket
day.
for?
Not going slow enough, apparently.
Not going slow enough.
Yeah, it's a fancy way of saying speeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in how much it is gonna be, because Indiana's
Me too.
Indiana's tickets are so pricey for no apparent reason.
It's a deterrence for sure.
Oh, the
Is it though? Because I've gotten 3 tickets and I'm still going really fast. And I'm sorry, but I don't know. Let's think. The time I save going 10 to 15 miles over, that's way too fast, Evan, I know. Do I save
you stay
enough time to justify getting a ticket every year?
typically if you stay 10 over, you're all right.
It's when you
Usually.
get to 15 that they
Oh,
they
yeah.
kinda
Just
get
over
you.
it.
It's that 10 to 15. It's after the 10 that they get mad at.
For sure.
So I try to stay between the 7 and 10 over.
I wasn't trying to go faster.
Oh,
I
no.
just happened to.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, there's times where you, like, look away, like, on the highway, and then you'll, like, look back down, and you're like, holy shit, I'm going, like, 87 in a 70, and you're, like, kind of slow down.
Or when,
For
like,
sure.
the traffic is moving faster then, and so you're moving with the flow of traffic.
The average speed is faster than the speed limit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be
Oh, yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Traffic goes faster than the speed limit the majority of the time.
Well, and that's
that might not be true.
That's crazy because, like, in other countries, like, the speed limit is the speed limit. You know, you don't go over. Like, a lot
Is
of...
that true?
Like in England, they have cameras that watch, so they can, like, check your
shit.
times to make sure you're going the speed limit.
I don't know if I'm cool with that. I don't think I want that. Because
No,
I
oh,
wanna go
absolutely.
fast.
I mean, I've done 100%
We
go.
do have them here, though. We have the speed
Yeah.
cameras. It's
People do get tickets by cameras.
Yes.
I don't think I have.
But I think
how
it's
would
like
know?
15
Do you
oh.
get mail?
Yeah, you get it in the mail.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is, like, in my city, they were ticketing people so much that they got, like, backlogged, and they put it to being, like, 20-some over. Because they first had it for, like, 10 to 15, and, like, they had so many tickets, it was excessive. And now it's, like,
Should we
you have to
change
be
the law?
going, like, 25, 30.
Not
Sounds-
change the
so-
law,
yeah.
but change the limit. You
Yeah,
know?
sounds
It's
like
just-
a limit change is in order.
As like,
Yeah.
well, it's kind of true, right? Like the limits are probably set and they've been stagnant, but like cars have probably gotten faster and safer, right?
Well, it's also like, you know,
Should
like,
they grow with it?
for example,
I guess.
the highways usually around any city, right? They're always like 50 or 55. Nobody goes 50 or 55
No.
around a city.
70s
Yeah.
standard. It's
Yeah.
just standard.
And that's actually how much I like went to get a ticket in Indiana on 465. This is the one around in Indianapolis, but
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
People do, like... I mean, it's true that, like, the slower you're going, the less likely you are to get really hurt. So,
Well, sure.
it's for a reason, but...
Potential, yeah, for danger definitely increases as the speed increases. I mean, it's probably hit parallel exponentially, right? Or, I don't
yeah.
know what I'm saying, but it increases the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
But I want to go fast.
I want to
Go
get where I'm going.
yeah.
I don't always want to drive fast, but, like, sometimes, like, I do want to drive with a purpose. Like,
Yeah.
trying to get there. Like, I'm not cruising.
And last time, you know, we talked about, like, you don't particularly enjoy driving. I do. And I want to go fast. I'm sorry. It's great. It's fun. You know, I like the green light hits and I'm gone. Meow.
Yeah, I just want to get there. I just want to get from A to B.
Yeah.
Like, if I could teleport, like, if you could let me
should
choose
work
my
on that.
superpower, teleportation, I would not think twice, and I
Really?
would not change my mind.
That's a fun one.
Oh.
Superpower, if you were going to pick one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. What, telekinesis is up there for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Telekinesis?
Yeah.
See, again, teleporting, I think it's unbeatable. I can get where, no more flights, no more bus rides, no more train rides, no
Yeah,
more car
it's
rides.
probably, you
A to
probably
B.
can't beat that.
It'll be, as long as I can go wherever I want, though. It can't be, like, only go, like, 5 miles. Like, no, I want to be able to go to the other side of the world.
Well, I could fly, I
I-
think, with telekinesis, right?
Can
I can lift
you?
myself.
Yeah, you might be able to lift
I
yourself,
think
but I don't
so.
think you're able to
I
go
can lift
fast.
something that I'm on top of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are you
Magic
gonna...
carpet style.
Magic carpets.
It's cold up in the air, really
Yeah,
high
it's
up.
true. There's holes
You know,
in
people
the
will
plan.
skydive. My brother skydived, and he's like, it's super cold
It's
up
not
there.
going to save nearly as much time as yours. Yours
Yeah.
is, that's a
Instantaneous.
badass one. Yeah.
I just want to be
I
able to,
don't
like,
know,
touch
Liam.
my suitcase. And...
I don't know if I can beat that either, because I was thinking super speed. But have you watched the show The Boys at all?
I'm not.
Oh, good show.
The boys.
The Boys is great, but it's
That's a good name.
it's basically like how a superhero world would be.
Oh, no.
That was a cricket. But it's like how a superhero world would be. So, you know, they're not all heroes. They can all be kind of shitty people.
They all have their flaws.
They all have their flaws.
Like-
Oh, it's like a world, but everybody's a superhero.
Well, no, there's some
Like
superhero.
Sky High.
I forgot about Sky High.
There are
Why is this? We
some.
watched Sky High way too much.
Oh.
Way too much. It
They're
was
doing a
good
Sky High
quality.
too, I think.
Oh, are they actually?
Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty sure.
amazing.
I'm pretty sure they like gonna be teachers in it or something,
Wait,
like the original cast.
What's your
Original
superpower?
cast is now
What's
the
your
teachers.
superpower?
Well, I would have said
The
I would have said super speed, but I also watched somebody
Oh no.
Oh,
run
no.
through somebody.
Don't make me think of that scene again.
Yeah, that was episode 1 of The Boys. You literally watch.
Very traumatic.
You literally watch like the guy that's supposed to be like the
That's right.
Flash. Oh.
He kills people a lot on accident. And let's leave it at that.
Yeah, he ran through a girl.
Let's stop. I said don't say it. And then you said it.
Okay, but I can tell him. He hasn't seen it.
But not everybody
And
wants
to
to
be
hear
fair,
that
I'm
violence.
never gonna see it. I don't think.
It's really
I'm
good.
very bad at watching
You
things.
should censor that part out. Just
What?
I can't. I mean, I could, but I don't think.
You
I'm
don't
going
want
to.
well, anyway,
I don't
I
think
Why
that's
would
what
they-
the
why would they
podcast's
censor that?
about.
because not everybody wants to hear violence.
You're the only one that
I like, you know, the I don't know, the violence. No, I don't like the violence. I don't know what I'm saying. Like the extreme. I don't know. The
Well, it's-
outlandish, maybe.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
It's
a
very
Prime
bad.
Video show, so it doesn't have the same like limits like NBC or ABC does. So like it can get pretty violent.
What's it on?
Prime Video.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
So if you have a Prime
I
account,
watched The Lord of the Rings on there.
yeah, you can watch
That
The
was
Boys
probably
too.
the last
Yeah.
movie I saw. Yeah.
There you go. See, you're a movie guy then instead of a TV show guy?
I think. I think I'd prefer to watch a movie. But
Mm.
I watch more YouTube than anything.
Oh,
I guess.
okay. Fair enough.
I don't watch a lot of TV in terms of Netflix, and
Yeah.
I did start the series Ancient Apocalypse this week.
I haven't heard of it. What's that on?
It's on Netflix. It's about a journalist by the name of Graham Hancock, and it's like
Mhm.
exploring his,
Is it
spent the
exploring
last
his theory or
30
something?
Years, yeah, investigating kind of the
I think I have heard this about
human
it.
history timeline,
Yeah.
and he kind of goes against the common belief of what's taught, what geologists and modern scientists.
I'm
teach.
I'm assuming the pyramids are like part 1.
It's there's multiple episodes
No,
based
yeah.
off of different pyramids around the world. Yeah,
Okay.
It's kind of sounding like a History Channel show or something.
it's a docu-series.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it follows Graham Hancock in his wild expeditions. He's been on like Rogan. That's how I think he's really blown up recently.
Yeah, I think that's where I
And
heard
this
about it.
series came out on Netflix too. So, and Rogan's featured on it like in the second episode. But he's explored the world for the past like 30 years. And the craziest story I heard was he has climbed the Eiffel Tower, I believe he said 5 times, 3 times legally. And he said one of the times he climbed to the top and he was exploring on the peak, and he found, I believe scribed in stone was the name John Hancock, which was his grandfather. And then he found in his grandfather's journal like a day where he said he climbed that pyramid.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
What, climbed a pyramid or the Eiffel Tower? I'm
Did I say
confused.
the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Wow, I
think
totally
so,
messed
right?
that up.
Or am I going crazy?
No, it was the pyramid. of Giza.
Pyramid,
I
okay.
definitely messed that up if I said
No,
the Eiffel
I
Tower.
knew what you were trying to say.
Oh,
Like
okay.
when you continued, I was with you.
Yeah,
I
the
got
pyramid
confused.
of Giza. He was talking about climbing the pyramid of Giza.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's climbed the Eiffel Tower 5 times.
That's where I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
Because at night you can't go further than like.
It's been a long
halfway.
day. But isn't that a fun story when you actually get the right destination?
It's okay. We were.
No,
I was
you're
with
good.
You. I was
You're
with
good.
you.
I was just a little lost.
So,
Oh.
what
now
was
you
your
got something.
superpower?
Oh,
Oh,
superpower.
yeah, you never answered.
I was gonna say
There's
super.
a bubble in my throat again.
I was gonna say super speed for a similar reason, but then at the same time, I think it'd be kind of cool because you did talk about how you would like to go fast. I'm just thinking in my head if I could run like 200 miles an hour.
But that's it though, just running.
Yeah, but then you could even run over water probably
What are you
at
gonna do?
speed.
Smack me fast? You know, I don't know.
I'm telling you, if you watch The Boys, episode 1.
Can you stop talking about it? That was a traumatic
Flash,
scene,
right?
and
There's
you're being a
multiple
dick.
superheroes that like have this ability, right? Flash is huge, right? I
If you
didn't
could be
realize
like the
how big
Flash.
Flash was.
If you like the Flash, I love like.
Oh, but you fuck with the Flash?
Yeah.
The Flash. No, I just don't like the boys. I don't like him reminding me of that really
it's tough.
gory scene, and he's being
That's
a dick.
The Boys in general.
It's a harsh
It's
film.
a very, very gory show, and
Gotcha.
Liam's a dick to me about not liking violent shows. I can't get the imagery out of my head, so that is why I don't like violence, everyone.
You know what's crazy?
I will see it again in my nightmares.
So you know how I was rambling about how me and Michael would write the story, you know?
Yeah.
So, he's a very good writer, and I'm essentially the illustrator, and I model and draw, and some people only think of words, and it's just amazing to me the difference of like how all of our brains operate. Like my sister, like, does not think in like images is probably the wrong word, but like pictures, or she just doesn't think like that.
So
It's always
I've heard this. So like, if you think, do you hear a voice in your head?
I can if
Oh,
I want to.
Okay,
but
so
not
like when I
distinctly.
think I hear like myself thinking or like saying words, but then there are people that think in only images.
Right.
So like
That's like I just heard
yeah.
Nikola Tesla, right? He would imagine inventions, products, whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so vividly that, typing them out was, not typing them out, but drawing them, he had to be so proficient because by the time the next one popped into his head, he had to be finished illustrating his past idea. So he had a problem coming up with too many ideas to literally produce.
Yeah.
I don't know about him. Yeah.
But like, I heard Jordan Peterson explain that after reading his biography, because Jordan Peterson was talking about how he, it's like his brain works similarly, but in words, not images.
I don't know if I know. Who's Jordan Peterson again?
He's an old guy with a beard, and you gotta clean your room. And,
Oh, okay.
okay. You probably know Jordan Peterson.
Well, I'll look up a picture. Just so I know.
Psychiatrist.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about. I think. Yeah.
He pops
I
up
just
on my
learned about
YouTube
Nikola
all
Tesla in
the
a
time.
museum once. Like,
Tesla's a baller. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
like-
like the guy.
I was like at a museum with. I think it was at like Niagara Falls. He was featured. I'm trying to
That'd
remember
be
where we
cool
were.
to see.
So
That's
Niagara
Jordan
Falls.
Peterson.
Okay.
Just
Or
so
I was
you know.
at. I was with the same family, so I'm trying to remember which trip it was that we were in a museum. Yeah, it was either in Buffalo or it was like in Tennessee. But yeah,
That would be really
he has like
cool.
a whole section for him. Yeah, I was like Nikola Tesla, and I was like the car, and like 'cause
Yeah,
all I hear is
Tesla's
Tesla, and all we
named
think about
after
is the
him, yeah.
car, and so I'm like, oh,
For sure.
but
He had some crazy ideas. There's some crazy conspiracies behind him too, because
Wasn't he supposedly
some of his inventions were very political.
Yeah, wasn't he one of the first? Didn't he like create the first light bulb? Like, didn't he create it before Edison? Or
yeah,
is
he
that?
was in that.
Or am I going crazy?
No, he did. He was in something about how he used electricity. I'm pretty sure he was like.
Might have been
involved-
something with electricity.
He was
Might have not
involved
been
in
a light bulb.
Niagara Falls, I think.
I don't want to get this wrong, and I feel like I'm going to.
I
but
don't know
Edison-
for sure.
Tesla was experimenting with direct current, and Edison was experimenting with indirect current.
I
Or
got
it might
you.
have been different. but-
I was at Niagara Falls. So it was he designed the first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls,
Oh.
which started producing electrical
That's cool.
power in 1895. This was the beginning of electrification of the U.S. and the rest of the world.
Hmm.
So now his electricity is lighting and powering the globe. That's why I was like, where was I? But
It's
yeah, it's in Niagara.
Because I
you
don't
could
know.
definitely argue that Edison Edison was, you could argue he was a mentor to him, and you could argue that he stole some of Tesla's ideas. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they were colleagues, and they were also competitors. I mean,
They're probably
Because
sharing
I'm pretty
ideas
sure,
and
like,
improving
worked
each other's.
together.
I was say, even if it wasn't Tesla, I'm pretty sure I heard like Edison didn't create the first light bulb, but he created the most modern one or something.
There's an argument that a
Tesla
black man
laid
actually
out
created
how he
it.
powered our grid.
Yeah.
I believe someone black created it and then he took it.
Edison.
I've heard that.
I
don't know.
wouldn't
I don't
be
know
shocked.
how true it is, but I'm convinced that it's true. Who knows?
Yeah. Fair enough.
I wish.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
You know, we could ask Alexa. Should we ask Alexa? It's on.
Where-
Are we
where
trying
is
to
she?
find who invented the light bulb?
Yeah.
Alexa, who invented the light bulb?
Here's what I found on reference.com.
Oh.
Thomas Alva Edison is often credited with inventing
Alexa,
the light
shut
bulb,
up.
but several other inventors created their own versions before Edison introduced his to the market.
There you go.
Edison gets the credit because his light bulb was the first practical bulb that also had an electrical system to power it. Would you like to hear a light bulb joke?
No.
just know-
I'd prefer not to have a light bulb joke.
She said, "Can I tell a joke?
Yeah.
Can I keep going?"
Yeah.
I just know, like,
What?
Lewis, I remember learning in school, Lewis Latimer made something that Edison took. Like, he made
Again.
some type of part that goes inside of it that
Right.
he took. So it's like, I think a bunch of people.
Yeah. Well, basically, so like, yeah, Edison's was just the one that like modernized it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, that was a huge technological race. The new technological race, is AI. And I love it. Okay, you know what I was doing today?
What?
So every day, right, I tweet at Best Collabs on Twitter. Give us a follow. We're getting up there. I believe we have 14 followers. I know,
Ooh.
crazy. But I tweet every day, combining two different graphical references of anything, really. And today I used Survivor, like the show, because I watched a season recently. I do. Love
I
Survivor.
do. No, yeah, I recall. You were
It's
telling
Mall
me.
Cop. I put Paul Blart Mall Cop
Oh my
on
god.
Survivor. And so I just combine two random things every day. But I love the power of AI, and it definitely seems like there's a new technological race, or there's a lot of different products coming out with AI integration now.
I know
And
nothing
a
about
lot
it.
of people are super scared, because that's what I keep seeing, like podcasts talking about the dangers. And that makes me so concerned that they're concerned about it. You know, I don't want anybody to take away the AI ability for the public. Like, people are scared for the public to have access with this, which is horse. I'm sorry, it's terrible. It's so backwards.
I have no idea on AI, so I have nothing to add.
Today,
I don't know enough. I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know.
Well, it's a tool, right? You use it like a tool. Like, the argument, like you hear about the Bing versus Google race, right? So why are they racing? What are they racing for? Essentially, the tool that the AI is able to provide is better than the current search engine template, right? How you search nowadays, right? You Google something, and then link-based results pop up, right? You get different websites that you sift through for your answer, right? And then you investigate for your answer. The race is in a direction where people think that a direct answer, a text-based result for your query, your question, is going to be the new meta, right? So Bing and Google are working to produce essentially, like, think of it like a new way to search, like turning, like a toggle on and off. You want links or you want a text when you search. So I used Chat GPT today, right? And I was making Paul Blart on Survivor. But as that was loading, because it does take like 30 seconds or so, I went and I used a different AI engine, Chat GPT, because I was using Stable Diffusion to make the images. I used Chat GPT, and I told it to write let me get this exact. Write a verse in the style of J. Cole about life using AI as a metaphor. So then it wrote me like 16 bars in the style of J. Cole, like, life's like AI, it learns to grow, flow from the data we give, it overflows just from how we shape our fate, the choices determine our life's fate. I mean, it's bars, right? You know, as if it was J. Cole. And then I used a different AI that was a J. Cole simulator, and it rapped it out, which is crazy. And I did it in like 2 minutes. And so, like, if you go on my stream today, I time-stamped it, and you can literally listen to, like, me put it onto the beat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't have it pulled up right this second, but the power's impressive.
So I'm guessing one of the issues from that is worrying about, like, I don't know, like, copyright infringement.
Yeah,
is that what the issue is? I don't know.
Does a verse from J. Cole cost?
Probably a lot of money.
Right. This is like the voice AI stuff is crazy because there's some really good ones, and I don't like that is a little.
That might be a little sketchy.
Scary.
That's
you know,
a little scary.
If anybody, because
then you can say whatever, like, you know, you can make somebody say something that they don't want to say.
I'm getting ads on YouTube right now that are like, if I scroll through YouTube Shorts, I'm getting ads as if Joe Rogan's saying something, promoting a product, and he's not.
That's interesting. So they're taking his voice and making him...
Well,
Just using a free AI engine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
there
not
is
good.
some danger, right? There's a right and wrong way to use it, and honestly,
If you're having
I don't
fun,
know what that line is.
Well, I think, like, if you're having fun with it, like you are, that's fine. I think the issue is more like if you're trying to make money off of it and it's using somebody else's
Right, but somebody could
voice.
argue that I do want to make money off of it because, I mean, I want to make the Gingerhouse a business. I have started a company.
True,
right?
but your company isn't talking of like I have J. Cole verses.
Right, that's true.
Like you know.
And it's free
faking an
promotion.
interview.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like faking it. Like that's
is
you could
scary.
literally get
Yeah,
sued for defamation because like you're or something like that because you can make them say something crazy, and
Yeah.
then be like, oh, this was really that, right? So like
And there's
do
even
that.
others, like, I haven't seen an ad like this, but I've seen YouTube Shorts, and it's like Elon Musk saying something extremely outlandish. Now, he says some outlandish things, for sure, right? I mean, he says some things that are just wild and out there. But this is somebody going extremely over the top, and then also using a different AI to do
Face scan.
do like mouth, editing.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
It's-
but it's happening, but there's a comedic angle, right?
Oh,
So,
again, 100%.
Parody law is going to be argued.
Yeah, but like a lot of people still, especially like older people, have trouble deferring like real from not on the internet already.
sure.
So making
Already.
it more convincing. Think about like the dangerous things people could say. You know what I mean? Like literally like faking an emergency or like faking
Yeah, easy
like
scams.
you could seriously like set people up for
But the
you could
AI,
terrorize people.
I was saying that the AI search engine sounds fine. Like that doesn't seem like an issue. It's more the
It's the creating
voice
that.
module type stuff, which could be in like
Yeah,
Creating
and there's-
content.
But I don't know. I like creating content. Like, there's other ones. Like, I watched a fantastic YouTube video about somebody using multiple different AI engines to make a script, then make characters for the script, then to animate the script, make the setting. He used AIs to do the entire thing.
So-
And it was very impressive, and it's kind of leveling the playing field of who can make what. In a sense.
so also like doing that makes sense as well. But it's like, you know him making a script, right, and making characters. You can do that with AI because it's not like you're infringing. Like it's not like the AI like spitting out like Mickey Mouse or something saying all this like stuff.
Yeah.
It's like his own characters, or they create their own characters.
Right.
Yeah, if it's your own unique, if it's your own intellectual property. But imagine
that's the
if like
argument. Whose
some-
intellectual property?
Could be
Is
the
it-
AIs,
is it the
technically.
engines, or is it
Could
the
be the
person that
engines.
searches in the engine?
well, I guess my thought was more of like so you have a brand, right? What if you were just like, I want this celebrity to promote my brand, and then you made them through AI and had them like promoting your brand without having paid them for their likeness and all their image. So then
they
it's
could
like,
sue.
yeah, so that's where my mind was headed, was like, oh, you want to have like, you know, I don't know, Selena Gomez, like, promote Gingerhouse, and then you...
That'd be fun, Selena. I'm open to it.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out.
We were watching Only
if
Murder
she
in
wants
the
to reach out,
Building.
though. If she wants to reach out, keyword there.
Yeah, we were watching her show.
Yeah, I won't
but...
steal your mind and likeness or whatever. Mind and likeness? Is that
Image and
what it is?
likeness.
Image and likeness,
Image and
yeah.
likeness,
Yeah.
right.
Great show, Only Murders in the Building. You gotta watch it. They did not pay me to see
Oh,
that.
violence. No violence. Oh.
Okay, but they don't show, like... the Amazon show, The Boys, that is, like,
So you can
really
imply
graphic.
violence.
Really graphic.
You just can't show it. You can imply it. It can be incorporated in the story.
I don't
You
want,
just don't wanna
like-
see it.
I don't want, like, hellishly graphic images. Like, I just don't want that in my headspace. I'm just, like, I don't like taking in that type of content. I don't care what people think, but, like, to an extent, I just don't want to see, like, insane amounts of bone breaking and blood. Like,
Yeah, I don't particularly want to either, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I just don't want that up here in my head. I don't want it there, so.
Yeah, why would you? That's like, I don't really understand the whole huge, what is it, murder mystery or real crime genre.
True crime.
True crime, right. That's like the most popular thing in the world, right? Like,
It is, but
it's-
people, like,
it's the biggest genre.
I think people want to
feels
know what happened to people, like,
Like. Right. People love the stories. The
and I think
horror
girls,
stories.
especially, like, girls,
Why do they cling on to it so much?
girls get scared, and girls,
Yeah.
like, think about, I had a roommate who was, like, obsessed with the idea of, like, if the door got left unlocked, she would get kidnapped. I don't know what it was about, like, her and kidnapping specifically, but she was just like, kidnapping. And I
Yeah.
just was like, that's not on my, like, top list of fears, but...
We can put an Apple tag on you if we want.
Yeah. I was just like, I mean, my family, we're not billionaires, so you can't hold me for ransom. Like, what you gonna ask for? Like, from just a regular family? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you want? So, I guess it was just, like, not for me. But whatever. I think, like, some people, I know a lot of girls are like, I want to know what is out there. And, like, what other people did where they were in an unsafe situation and, like, how to prevent it for yourself, like learning from other people's mistakes.
So
That's true.
like we listened to one called Small Town Murder, but their whole point is making.
Is that a podcast?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they like make fun of the murderer. Like that's their whole point. Is like he's an idiot for thinking that he could get away with murder, and then they like go through the process of like how stupid he was and like how he couldn't like how he got caught and how.
And it's typically...
And then they also make fun of the police force, usually.
the
Because,
police incompetence in the investigation for, like, you know, not wearing gloves or, like, seriously, like, not tampering with the evidence, but, like, not treating the evidence properly so that it was not used well.
or another one was, like, waiting 2 hours outside the crime scene because they were scared or something.
Yeah. And,
Of scared of going in when there's, like, a lady, like, on the ground.
it's, like, really bad, but they let you know kind of like what the story was as far as like the beef between like maybe the victim and the perpetrator. So like they're normally not like just random. Normally they're stories of like people like having beef and it being over something
Yeah.
like that somebody shouldn't have.
And then, like, their whole thought is, like, we won't ever make fun of the victims or the victims' families because we're assholes,
Right.
but we're not scumbags.
Yeah.
Is what the whole thing is.
But it's like,
So-
yeah, you remember people though. You gotta remember because they were real people, so they had lives.
But do we need to remember, like, I'm sorry, isn't
They're
there
real
like
people.
isn't there some kind of a truth to like they not that they did these actions for the attention, but that could be a part of it is they do want the attention of their horrendous actions.
Oh, I mean like the victim. I'm not talking about
Right.
remembering the perpetrator.
But
I'm thinking the
I guess
victim
I'm
should be
making the
remembered.
point of like, aren't these shows and podcasts kind of
I think there are definitely some.
glorifying's the wrong word?
No, I
but
think
you know what I'm saying?
I think there are definitely some that glorify, like that Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like because then people thought like Dahmer was like this sexy person, and it's like he was murdering people and like putting them in like buckets and stuff like you know
Cannibalism.
that's where I feel like it gets really weird.
And they don't add, like, they showed it, but they didn't, the message didn't get delivered well. Like, he targeted a specific group of people. Like, his victims all had specific
It was almost
commonalities.
like Dexter.
Dexter is, that one's different.
But Dexter was, I guess I always say that because it was like a show meant to entertain about this outlandish story of a murder that justified it.
That murder is murderers.
But this Dahmer kind of documentary kind of, not that it felt like a similar vibe, but you know,
He's had multiple.
it's entertaining.
He's had multiple. They don't need more.
It's also like Dexter is a fictional character.
Right.
Dahmer is not a fiction. Like, this isn't
Right.
fiction, and it's similar to
So
they
it
did.
feel the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing they did to Zac Efron played Ted Bundy.
Oh,
and then
yeah, he
people
did.
started talking about how like Ted Bundy was hot and stuff. It's like, okay, but he also killed like 20 young women
And again,
at college.
he specifically targeted,
Wait,
like, if
who
you
did?
look at both,
Ted Bundy.
Oh,
if you look at Ted Bundy and you look at Jeffrey Dahmer, they
Right.
both had a hyperfixation on specific groups. Like, they, you know, like Ted Bundy, he targeted young women. Jeffrey Dahmer targeted black gay men. And so it's just like, you see these, like,
I didn't realize it was racial too.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
racial, it's
he was in the
homophobic.
inner city.
And like and they also typically, a lot of serial killers target homeless people as well. And so it's like, you see these people getting glorified by like Netflix documentaries, and they had like prejudices against like the poor, against gay people, against women, and it's
also
like,
the difference.
You can't glamorize
It's
that.
also the difference between like, you know, like the new show like You on Netflix.
Yeah.
So like,
I vaguely saw that.
yeah, but it's also like, it's still a character. You know, like it isn't.
It's not
It's
a
not
real
an actual
person.
serial killer that
But
we're
people,
glorifying.
like really like romanticizing these.
Oh,
fucked up relationships.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
100%. They
Yeah,
romanticize the
that's
shit out of it, and I don't
so
get it.
if these shows are kind of, if we're saying Dahmer's not okay, so is there a line to draw or anything?
I think real, because you have to remember that these are real people. They had families.
Yeah.
They had
True
friends.
Yeah.
So it's like they had you imagine if that was somebody you knew though. Like, if that's someone you know, and then
Yeah.
somebody's acting out the way your friend died,
Yeah.
like, I just think that's fucked up to like do, because
Yeah, it makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, and it's like, you know, also with the Dahmer one, like, none of the victims' families wanted it to happen. So, like, they weren't even, like, giving them any true, like, facts or anything. They were just, like, going based on what they could read. And it's like,
Just
that's
on the CNN
that's
report or
not
something.
great. Like,
you're not depicting the person accurately either. Like, you know, like, everybody dresses a certain way. Like, you know, you're just gonna, like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
like explain who they were as a real person. Like,
well, and also the
that's-
families don't want it.
So
You
maybe
probably
we
No.
shouldn't
shouldn't, yeah.
glorify them.
No.
I know they probably didn't set out to glorify it, but making the show in and of
Yeah.
itself
Yeah.
probably
Does.
glorifying it.
Well,
Definitely
and you're also
does.
making this, like, attractive male actor that some girls like be the serial killer. So then they're like, oh.
Well, how many Uggo serial killers do you know? I'm just kidding.
But seriously, they're giving, like, if you think about it, he's doing like a photo shoot in it, and like, you know,
That's wild.
like he's having like these, like, Zac Efron, you know, you can look up an ad picture right next to that, like, Ted Bundy picture. So it's like kind of adding sex appeal to like glamorize. It's disgusting.
So, like, do you guys like? I don't know. Like, I wish I subscribed to a paper.
Oh, I've thought about it, and then I look at the price, I'm like, dang.
They run deals, like, so a
They
lot
do
of
run
papers
deals.
do run deals.
They do run
Like,
deals,
my
but-
local paper is only $1, but if you have to like catch on.
There's so many media sources, though.
Mhm.
That's my hard part. It's like, I don't know how to sift through all of them to get a wide enough view of,
No, it's true.
Yeah.
you know, what's going on.
Well, it's
nice
like
that a lot are free, though. A lot are free.
Twitter's it. Honestly, Twitter's my news.
You can follow the media sources on Twitter. That's my workaround.
Yeah.
But like it's dangerous
Joe
because you
Schroeder.
only...
Shot.
Yeah.
Joe Schroeder? Who's that?
A kid from our grade is actually a news reporter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Northern Indiana.
Great guy. Yo, Joe.
Yeah.
Well,
You're my friend.
there you go.
man. Come on the pod.
I like to follow the reporters though. Like
That's a
if you
good idea.
follow the, because that's free. But the problem is you only get the title, so you don't get the full article. And sometimes the titles can be kind of misleading. So that's dangerous. But like at least you're like able to, you get a free few articles a month for every like outlet.
True.
So I like look at it and I'm like, if it's something I'm not subscribed to, I'm like, okay, like is it worth using my free article on? And I try to max them out.
Yeah.
Which one's this? Which outlet?
Well, I am subscribed to New York Times, but like they give you a free
There's
free
like
few.
Yeah,
Routers
Indiana
gives you
Business Journal. I
routers.
usually use mine pretty quick.
Yeah, like you can do like
Cincinnati.com. I use all mine real quick too.
Cincinnati's a good one.
Yeah, but
Reuters.
I get 5 free articles, and those 5 articles go so quick. Especially when you're looking at sports or anything, it's just like, boom, done.
No,
It's like
typically like one day.
it's March 3rd.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird how you have to pay for news. I guess it makes sense. Pay for knowledge.
You used to have to. Well, you also used
Somebody
to have to
has
pay
to
for
do it?
newspapers.
Yeah, true.
Somebody's job.
But like the worst websites are the news websites. Like
Oh,
when you click a news website, you're getting ads on both sides and then a pop up instantly, and you're like, oh my gosh, slow
No,
down.
really. I'm like, man, these guys gotta eat, but I need to read this article and not see like 1,000 ads.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the thought was,
It's
like you used to have to pay for
distracting, too.
newspapers being delivered to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like
Still back.
it's like now you got to pay for them online. So
But I hate reading online compared to paper. Like, I print stuff out. This printer doesn't even work. I go across the street to the library and print there. I'm like their best customer, I swear. Because I like reading so much that I'm willing to just work for it. It's great.
I start reading on my iPad a lot, and that
Mhm.
helps. But I have like a screen thing that keeps it.
that makes it look like paper.
Yeah, it
Oh,
like
really?
it kind of diminishes a bit of like the blue light, so it
That's cool.
helps.
And like
Really? It's a
writing
blue
on
light
and like
filter.
like writing on it, it feels like paper compared to
Yeah.
the screen.
Because blue light's supposed to be bad for a lot of different reasons. Right?
Yeah, like before sleep, like before like
Yeah.
in your bed, it's really bad to look at
Right.
blue light,
And grad
which is
school,
bad because like everybody looks at their phone.
And like
Right.
grad
Before
school, I
bed.
read like I had to read a lot, and a lot of it was digital. So
Yeah, for
I'd be
sure.
up late reading because like no other choice.
College.
And this like made a big difference because I could actually sleep
Yeah,
after.
I have my iPad, but most of the time it's like sketching initial thoughts, organizing. I'll do some Photoshop on there.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So I got some AITAs.
Oh yeah, am I
the asshole?
Yeah. Okay.
So these people have posted their situations on Reddit. If
Okay.
any of our viewers are not familiar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read these posts, and what happens on Reddit is people, respond, give advice, share their opinion. So I'm just gonna read for like a minute
It's perfect
here.
for us.
Perfect.
We're friends with differences. Let's see what we think.
Yo, wait, did Liam ever pick a superpower?
I'll pick super speed. I'll
Yeah,
go
he
with
picks
it.
super- speed.
Alright, good
He
enough.
seems
Good
settled.
enough. I like it.
He'll
It
be
was the
responsible.
thought.
All right, are
That
we
was
ready?
that was the first Reddit post. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. AITA, am I the asshole for making homemade food for everyone except my brother's stepdaughter?
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
That's the title.
I, 27 female, am not a professional chef, but I've taken a bunch of cooking classes and love making elaborate meals for friends and family. About 2 years ago, my brother, Greg, 25 male, married Cheryl, 34 female. Cheryl has a daughter from a previous relationship. Daughter's named Becca, age 9, female. Becca has several health conditions, including celiac, a severe dairy allergy that requires her to carry an EpiPen. Last weekend, I hosted dinner at my house for my parents' wedding anniversary. I made fancy 5-course dinner, and in addition to my parents, I invited 4 close friends, Greg, Cheryl, and Becca, and my sister and her boyfriend, and their twins, both 8 male. Aw. But because of Becca's food restrictions, I found a restaurant in town that specializes in gluten-free, dairy-free, as well as other allergen-free food, and arranged for them to make a full meal for Becca that I could pick up in advance of the party. I have made a variety of special meals in the past, for example, keto meals when my friend was following that diet, and I like the challenge, but knowing how serious Becca's restrictions are, I didn't trust myself to make her meal. I have ADHD and get easily distracted. And even if I use the wrong spoon or didn't completely wash some flour off the bowl, I can make her incredibly sick. Almost done.
Yeah.
So I thought the takeout solution was fine, but when I served the food, I saw Cheryl looking at Becca's plate with a stony face. For her part, Becca started eating and seemed fine. Cheryl whispered to Greg, and Greg asked if he could talk to me in the kitchen. When we got there, he said that it was unbelievable and that I couldn't be bothered to make something for Becca, and that they'd be bragging about how a great cook I am to her. They'd been bragging about how great cook I am to her, and he knew I'd made keto and vegan and other complicated kinds of foods in the past. Now she would have felt left out because she didn't get to eat what the rest of the family was eating. He said that was obvious that I didn't care about making his stepdaughter feel like part of the family, and that they were leaving.
Well,
The brother
said this.
And Greg, Cheryl, and Becca then left, which put a damper on the rest of the party. I feel like I did my best at the time, but in hindsight, I wonder if I should have tried harder to make Becca feel included, since she is a relatively new addition to our family. Am I the asshole?
So, I mean, at the same time,
Tell him how it is, Liam.
I feel like she got the food for her. Like, I mean, she went to a restaurant and got something. At first when I read that, I was like, oh, she probably didn't even get her anything. And then she was just sitting there not eating. But, I mean, the fact she went to a restaurant and got something, I feel like that's respectable.
Yeah, fuck the brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, that's terrible. What are you doing? Patronizing her for going? She went and got an explicit meal for her.
Yeah, like, at least she did that. Like, and she feels like she can't do it herself without
she
getting her
literally
sick.
was concerned to jeopardize this child's life.
Yeah.
That brother's way out of place. That's terrible.
Yeah.
And she said that her brother Greg said that it was obvious that she didn't care about making his stepdaughter feel like part of the family.
I feel like
she
that
literally
is making her feel like a part of it. Like
she went out of her way in advance to get the food she needed.
Yeah, like at first, like from that title, I was like, oh, she didn't get her crap. But I mean, going to a restaurant and getting something for her. Yeah,
So
I mean, she went and got something from a place that's like specializes in that.
If she wants to eat the meal, use the EpiPen, it'll be fine.
That's what I'm like. I would feel so like special and like so welcomed if I have an allergy, and so if
if somebody worked around that.
It makes me feel special. And it makes me know that you care and you paid attention and you listen to my food restrictions.
I was gonna say she definitely
How severe
listened.
is this allergy?
Yeah. Oh, she would. She probably.
They said EpiPen.
You would die.
Celiac is serious.
Celiac is serious.
No, I was talking about. Wait, do you specifically like
my allergy?
Yeah. Do you get? Is it like hospital?
My allergy's gotten worse over time. I'm actually about to yeah. So we're getting there. My throat starts to close up. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only one food group, so I live.
So for example,
That's
my
crazy.
parents put they put a lot of walnuts in their salad or something, so they put walnuts on the side so that Maya could have the salad.
Yeah, I'm allergic to tree nuts.
Tree nuts.
I can have peanut butter,
Really?
but I can't have almond butter.
Tree nuts, very interesting.
Yeah, so I can have peanuts and then
Coconuts.
that's nothing else really. I can't have coconut, but yeah,
Walnuts, pecans. I don't
Yeah.
know.
macadamia,
Almonds.
pistachio, can't have that.
Wow,
All of those
that's
I've learned the
crazy.
hard way.
That's crazy.
So, but when people
I'm a big-
don't listen or someone's known me for a really long time, it does kind of hurt my feelings when they serve me something
Yeah,
and it has it in there, only because it's
you should know.
you should know by now. Those situations when we're
But-
new to me, or we just got to know each other. I'm not offended, but if you're I'm not talking.
Somebody,
It's if you're my lifelong friend, you should know. But I feel like you're trying to welcome me, and I tell you I have the allergy, it's kind of well, you didn't even listen.
yeah.
But would you be mad if somebody went and got food from elsewhere for you, and didn't cook it separately? you know?
didn't cook. No, I mean, because I feel like you're going out of your way to make me a separate meal to, like, make sure that I'm okay. So I feel like that's extra. I see that as extra effort. And, like...
For sure. Absolutely, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you love me. Like, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You're willing to go the extra mile for me. That's awesome. I don't know. What was I going to say? I guess for me, like, I don't have any food allergies that I'm aware of. There was one time, 2 times actually last year, where, like, I woke up in the middle of the night, rash covered my whole body, and it was terrible for, like, 8 hours. And I don't know what it was.
No idea.
I do have an allergy to something, but I don't know what it is, and I don't consider anything when I'm like, I want to try new foods and I want to eat a variety of things, and I never think about if I'm going to jeopardize my life. I've known people that have allergies, and I have found myself to be very bad at remembering because I never take that precaution myself. Like, I'm the type of guy that if we're, like, hiking and somebody's like, what's this berry? I'll be like, I don't know. And then I'll, try it.
Well, it's also, like, we're at an age now where we're old enough that we probably have tried that food already.
Yeah.
So,
Probably. But there's a lot of food.
There's a lot of food. But it's, like, you have an idea by now. You know, like, you kind of have an idea of, like, oh, I'm allergic to a bunch of things or nothing at all that you're aware of. So it's, like... That's not bad.
Are most people allergic to something?
I would
Are you allergic to something?
No, I'm not, but I would assume most
Probably
people
a
are.
toss.
Yeah, it's a pretty high chance. Like when you're in a group.
Because lactose intolerant. Technically, it's not like put down as an allergy, but
it's only if you consume it. I assume. Like if I had a granola bar,
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I didn't assume.
It's not like in the air or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people have the peanuts.
Some people do have that. Like you can't even have it around them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
But that's like...
I had a friend that was allergic to latex, which blew my mind.
That's actually pretty common.
Yeah.
Like they need like latex-free gloves and Band-Aids.
Yeah. No birthday balloons was the reason I discovered it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except for the foil ones? Like the...
You could do the foil ones.
Okay.
Wow.
But nobody's getting a ton of foil ones.
No. You get one.
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like people who don't have allergies, it's harder for them to remember. Like, because it's not something you think
I just
about.
don't even consider it. I mean, it's just not, I don't know, in the process of what I'm making. So I love to cook, don't get me wrong. I don't do it enough. I don't do it often, to be honest. But I do enjoy cooking. But do I, like, if I'm buying ingredients, I'm like, who's eating this and can they eat it? Yeah. Which I guess I should, but I don't. Maybe I'm selfish. I am selfish.
Yeah, I mean, but it is hard to, like, I will say it is kind of hard to remember, because sometimes I slip up to, like, somebody will ask me if I have food restrictions, and I will say no, like, off the bat, just to be easy, because I'm not a picky eater.
That's a terrible idea.
So, but, like, my instinct is always to say no, because I'm like, oh, like, I'll make whatever you serve me, right? Because, like...
great. PB&J is coming right up.
She's okay with that.
Yeah,
you can do that?
I can have peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
I can't have other... I
Very
can't have other... Like, I can't have almond.
Peanuts were okay.
Yeah,
Peanuts are fine. So,
Gotcha.
like, it's very easy for me to be, like, off, because, like, tree nuts are in a lot of things, but not really. Like, typically when people are serving a lot of people, they're probably just going to give you, like, pizza or something.
Yeah.
So, when they're like,
That's true.
do you need, like,
Special
accommodation?
dietary restrictions.
But it's like, if you're just going to serve pepperoni pizza, like, I'm not going to make a big, you know what I mean?
Because who doesn't love pepperoni pizza? Me until college, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't eat pizza as a kid.
Weird.
I didn't like it, and then I just didn't like it,
Okay, I relate, though, because I get tired of pizza.
Yeah.
Because I had it so much at so many different
very
things. Like, people just serve it for everything. So I kind of get tired of it. I don't pick it on my own. Like, I'm not going to be like, let's get pizza.
I don't think I realized that you didn't like pizza.
No. Most people didn't. I mean, kept it under wrap. No.
We would typically go get wings in high school.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did spend many hours at Wingstop, like way too many.
A lot of
We were
hours.
there.
Big grind sessions at
Yeah, it'd be like
Wingstop.
3:30 to 6:30.
Yeah, we'd be there for like 2 or 3 hours. The worst thing we probably did was we went to
God.
Five Guys on Good Friday.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst one. We're good boys.
We are.
Got
We
a
went to Five Guys.
double
on
bacon
Good Friday.
cheeseburger. Yeah, we got double bacon
man,
cheeseburgers.
Dude, it's my mom's birthday. You can't be admitting that. Man. Oof. Yeah. That was, I'm sure, delicious.
It was fantastic.
I'm sure I didn't feel
Oh,
too bad.
no, it was
Sorry.
great.
Yeah.
We ruined Peter though. Peter was an outstanding good boy before he
Peter's great. Peter's gonna be on the podcast someday,
Yeah,
so he can speak for himself. We've already just.
we corrupted him.
No, I just don't want to slander his name.
I'm not slandering him.
Yeah.
Alright. Are you guys ready for another one?
Are we going round two?
Yeah, we can do round 2.
Round 2?
All right, if they want it, I guess. You know, just because I feel bad because I just was so brutal against the brother last time, but he deserved it. He deserved
Yeah,
it.
he was kind of a jerk. I think the brother was the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay. AITA for telling my roommate that speaking a language is not a personality and she needs a new one.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Wait,
Ooh.
I, female 19, am in my first year of college living with roommate Katie, female 19. Katie speaks 3 languages, English, German, and Spanish, and she makes it her whole personality. Whenever I ask what she's watching something in another language. So obviously I can't watch it. Okay, subtitles.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's always listening to music on her headphones, and when I tried to bond and listen to what she's listening, it's in another language again, and I couldn't stand it. Her friends all speak one of the languages she does, and whenever I hear them, I can't join the conversation because they're mixing everything, so I'm left out of their convo. The other day, I saw she had a new book on her desk, Portuguese coursework. I asked her about this, and she said she's taking private Portuguese classes starting February. I told her she has to let it go, that she needs to develop her personality because speaking a language isn't a personality trait and she's just boring. She got really annoyed with me and told me I'm an asshole and to stop eavesdropping on her convos. I told her she's boring and has to fake her personality. Now she's not speaking to me. My friends are split. Some agree with me and some agree with her. Who's the asshole here? Am I the asshole for telling the truth?
Whoever wrote that's the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also say that you're not being an asshole for telling the truth. You're being an asshole because you could just ask to put subtitles on a movie or a TV show in English so you can watch, or with
She's an asshole for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Sounds like a jealous person to me.
or
Jealous.
with music, right? Like people listen to K-pop. Most people that listen to K-pop don't know Korean.
Most people that listen to rap don't even comprehend most words that are going by.
We
Yeah.
mess up lyrics in our own languages half the time. Like I learned like a lot of lyrics really recently. Like
All you
not
gotta do is
knowing
listen to the
truth.
beat. Like listen to the beat. If you like the beat, you probably like the song.
It's so funny because like going abroad, I like forget overseas sometimes that I am overseas, simply because I'll be in somewhere like a public place, like a restaurant, and they'll be playing music in English, and then I need to order in Spanish, and the waiter does not understand doesn't understand English, but they're playing music in English. So
Really?
then I like would forget where I am because I'm listening to English, and as a native English speaker, I'm like, oh yeah, like do, and then the waiter's like comes up to me in Spanish, and I'm like, oh wait, like y'all don't speak English here, and like the person like may or may not,
Yeah.
but if they hear my accent, they're like, oh, I don't speak English. It's so funny. It's so
Also sounds like a jealous person that just wants to hear every conversation you have.
yeah, but it's like people listen to stuff in other languages all the time.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's dumb and jealous that she doesn't know as many languages.
Yeah.
And like, well, I hate that she's so upset that like she embraces how culturally diverse she is, right? She's watching and listening in different languages. And just, taking in all these different cultures. And the roommate's like, can't we watch The Bachelor? Like, this is terrible. I don't know. Like, is this at the, like, I'm curious on the Reddit page, because this is my first time hearing of this Reddit page. And I'm not a Reddit user, but I do admire the site. The name of this list, what page are we on?
It's called, like, it's Am I the Asshole?
But it's AITA, right?
AITA,
for four letters.
But you can put in Am I the Asshole, that works too. Yeah. But exactly, like, I do think the person, like, had a hard time in language class, and, like, just not everybody has that.
But who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also 19, so she might just not realize.
You should be jealous that you can't partake in other
she's
languages.
childish.
I just can't
learn
believe
them if you want.
Yeah. I just can't believe that, like, because people all over the world listen to things in languages that they don't understand.
I've listened to a lot of songs in Spanish. I have no idea what's being said. I haven't taken a lick of Spanish. Yeah.
But, like, you can still appreciate.
Oh,
like,
it sounds good. The beat's
appreciate
sick.
it.
Yeah, the beat's sick.
There's one song on stream that I play that's a Spanish song. Like, it's all in Spanish, I believe. It might not even be Spanish. But it's so fantastic. And at this point, I know, like, a good amount of what the words sound like, because I've played it so many times. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
You're singing along.
Yeah, she's the asshole. She is the asshole.
I feel like if I were to make probably just a blanket wrong statement, but I feel like most of the people that climb to the top of this Reddit page think they're the victim, but they're not.
Well, a little bit of both, because you saw the other one.
Yeah.
That she was the victim, and she was.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm proven wrong.
It's not like her roommate was like, no, you can't watch with me.
No.
It just was in the other language, so that's what's like...
She probably could have asked the roommate at that point, but like, can we turn on some English subtitles so I can watch with you?
Yeah.
And she'd probably say, yeah. Like...
Yeah. It is that simple. I watched like I've watched different animes. I've watched different shows that have been dubbed and subbed.
Yeah. Like, I like Narcos a lot.
Yeah, Narcos. I've seen Narcos.
Yeah, that was mainly in Spanish.
Seen most of Narcos.
Yeah, like, some of it was in English, but most of it was in Spanish.
Yeah.
So, you just had subtitles on.
How did you feel about the Avatar movie, how they transitioned from the native language of...
Not like Navi or something.
Yeah. And then they transitioned to like... But eventually, it just felt like English, and then they just talked in English for the rest of the movie.
So she hasn't watched Avatar 2
I have not watched
yet.
it yet.
Oh no,
I have.
it's interesting because they can produce and they can come out with the movies in multiple different languages, and there's this key moment in the movie where the main character is kind of narrating over the scene, and he is talking about how. He eventually learned to perceive the language so well it felt like English, and then it transitioned from Navi to English, and the rest of the movie was just in English, so like an easy transition. But it felt, I don't know if I liked it.
It was also, so like, we just watched the new Ant-Man.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so they take this, like, goo or something, and then they can start understanding all of the alien languages, but they hear it in English. It's like, instead of them understanding it in a different, like, language, or like understand the alien languages, they understand it in English. So
that's cool.
But it's similar though. So it's like, there's that one moment where you stop hearing all these other languages and it's just English throughout.
Yeah.
But
which does make it easier.
Probably does.
To experience the movie. I mean, you're not reading all the subtitles at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of takes away the, like, some of the interestingness of the people.
Yeah, why make a whole language?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I like watching a movie, in the language that it was made in, just because sometimes the emotion, like serious emotion, can be expressed better. Yeah. And it
I don't like anything dubbed.
Well.
I don't like dubbed.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather read subtitles all the way through than, like, have something dubbed and like don't like you'll hear these like basic
hard.
you'll hear some basic like English speakers and they'll just be like, and now we went through the woods or something, and it's like actually supposed to be like an emotional scene.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
it's
so bad at paying enough respect to what I turn on to pay attention. I'm terrible at it.
You're doing another task. Yeah, you
All
have to
the
be like
time.
fully
Yeah.
watching when you do subtitles. Like
For
you're not
sure.
doing anything else.
Yeah.
That's where I struggle.
Because if you look away, you've missed something.
True.
Oh, I'm doing 4 things at once most of the time.
You guys ready for another?
Sure. How many you got?
Let's keep
This
them
is the
rolling.
last one.
The last one.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
All right.
We've agreed on the first 2. There's no differences this week so
I
far.
thought we would have some.
I mean, I have my stuff in the tech. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I just don't know. Like, I don't know enough about AI, and then these,
If
so
Drew
we've
was
agreed.
here, he would have thrown some wrenches in the whole argument. He'll come some other time. We'll get him here.
I think AI is cool. I don't know like enough about like how are we gonna use it ethically.
Yeah.
That's my only.
I just don't want people to think that there's no way to use it ethically and that we shouldn't have access to the technology, because that's a recipe for disaster. You can't bottle up technology. You should not bottle up technology. And at this point, it's so widespread to the point where if they do go back and bottle it up, that's a recipe for disaster.
You can't once it's already out there. You know,
Right,
once
and it
people already
is.
know, you can't backpedal. Yeah.
So
The one
we
I
have to
s-
adapt to use it and not be afraid of it, so
The-
we can...
The one I saw that kind of makes that argument, like something I've seen recently, is the new movie with Cillian Murphy, the guy from Peaky Blinders, but it's about the atomic bomb creation, and he talks about
It's Oppenheimer.
yeah
Oppenheimer,
I think
Oppenheimer.
yeah. So he talks about how like should we be putting this into the U.S.'s hands? Probably not, but it's
Yeah.
better than the Germans or something.
What's
So
the-
it's like I know he was like, but I know the Germans are working on it, so like we need to get this out there, which in a sense
Yeah, we have
is
to have as strong of an arm.
yeah,
I
which
guess.
yeah, which in a sense is sad, but like it makes the argument like you can't slow the technology or somebody else will beat you to it.
Yeah, it's a terrible... I hate the comparison, to be honest, of what's more dangerous, nuclear war or AI.
Well, nuclear
potential,
war. It's nuclear
But
war.
people would argue that AI has the potential to be more harmful, right? But
I
they're
think
two different, just the levels of harm. They're two different worlds of harm.
I was
right?
gonna say-
AI can kill people or no?
Not right now,
Yeah.
but the people are scared that it will learn to, like Stephen Hawking, one of the things he said in an interview was, we're in danger when AI learns to generate AI is what he meant, but he said it differently. Not generate AI, but
be self-aware. Or
multiply,
okay.
Like
produce.
like learn procreate like.
Well, no,
actually
as in
make more,
as
or
in
what?
like AI. So you have like one AI program and it creates a bunch of different AI programs. So then I could take over whatever. I guess I have no idea. I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
Let's see. That quote's lame. That's not the quote I'm thinking of. You can read whatever.
Okay, you can go on to the
I'll
third
find
one.
the quote.
You go on to the
Well,
third.
All right. Next AITA. We're on like an
Ooh.
AI theme today. Like
I love it.
AI,
AITA.
AITA.
AI.
AITA
Yeah.
for forcing my son to use a bidet and threatening to talk to his friends or take him to the doctor about his underwear.
Wait, what?
Am I the
No,
asshole
take your
for
kid
forcing
to the doctor.
for forcing my son
To use
to use a
bidet.
bidet
Yeah.
and threatening to talk to his friends or take him to the doctor about his underwear.
Okay, first off, please take him to the
Wait.
doctor over talking to his friends.
I'm sorry, what's the relationship? Is this
mother?
son?
I'll read.
Okay.
And then
Let's go for it.
hold your big boy panties for me. For some reason, my 14-year-old son cannot wipe properly. This was never a concern to me, as
What?
his mom did the laundry. So this is dad.
Does he wipe back to front?
Oh. Unfortunately, she is sick right now, so I've taken over the household chores that she used to handle. My son is still responsible for his, and I do mine as well as hers. First day I did laundry, I gagged and almost puked from his underwear. If he were 3 and not fully potty trained, I might understand how they end up like this. But he is a healthy young man. He should not be leaving his ass this unwiped. Liam.
Sorry.
I talked to him about it, and he said he would make an effort to do a better job. Nope, no change in the situation. So I went to the hardware store and installed a wand bidet in the bathroom he uses. We have one in ours.
I'm sorry. This is not the way to go about this.
Yeah.
This is not the way to
We already
approach this.
have one in ours. I told him that he has a choice of either using the bidet or washing his own underwear. He doesn't know how to use the washing machine, and he refuses to do them by hand. Okay, he is 14. Like, when is he going to learn to do laundry?
14? Holy shit.
Yeah.
He have established he's 14, and he doesn't know how to use a washing machine.
Shame on these parents.
Yeah.
That's, like, really bad. So, this is how you get, like, college guys who don't know how to do laundry.
How bad of skid marks does this man have?
Okay, almost done.
Sounds like he needs to go to the doctor.
He started going...
Sounds like he needs a shave.
He started going commando, which just meant the problem was in his jeans now. So,
and he's wearing jeans?
okay,
He's going commando in jeans?
hold on. Let's save reactions for the end. He started going commando, which just meant the problem was his jeans now. So I said that we might need to take him to the doctor to see what is wrong with him, if it's physical or psychological. I also said the next time his friends were over, I was going to ask them if they really left their underwear in that same condition. At all caps. I would never actually embarrass him like that. He said I was being an asshole and called his mom to tell her what I was doing. She said that he was just like that and I could deal with it until she was better. I don't think that's a great plan. If his kid never learns to wipe his ass, he will be bereft of a sexual partner without a poop fetish. I'm not kink shaming him if that's his thing. He has started using the bidet, but he says that is gross and weird. I said it was grosser and weirder for a 14-year-old to crap his pants every day. We are both stressed about his mom, but the situation isn't because of her. I asked her.
Oh, am I the asshole? Okay. So, I mean, this is sounding like more than skid marks. This is sounding like...
I was like,
This is sounding like he's leaving chunks.
I was like, save reactions because it gets worse.
But at the same time, I do think the dad is probably overreacting because he has never done laundry for the family either.
Didn't think about it like that.
Wait, so then...
Mom is sick, and
Mom
dad
is
is for the first time doing laundry for everybody.
So his dad should kick his son's ass. Are you kidding me?
No,
Oh my god.
no, I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
I'm kissing his son's ass, but you gotta discipline yourself to talk about. He needs to wipe his butt.
No, I agree.
Bare minimum.
Is he not wiping at all?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I agree, but I also think the dad is probably kind of an asshole.
Do you think he has a psychological problem, or like maybe he has like a disease where he like can't
Why
hold
is the
it?
dad an asshole?
I just think that.
The son said he's an asshole.
Well, I mean, he's also
Because he said clean your butt.
Well, no, he was starting to show his friends like his underwear.
He should.
That's cool.
All right, he either needs
That's
to take
cool.
him to the doctor, or he needs to be cruel because this is socially unacceptable, right?
I don't understand if
I
he
would
like
take him
walks
to the
around in it. Like maybe he does have like he could have a medical condition.
He also should not be.
Right,
He
right,
also
so
should
he's
not be
a
going.
doctor.
He also should not be going commando in jeans. That is wild to me.
No, my kid would never.
I don't
Commando
know
in jeans. At least wear like, I don't know, basketball shorts. Commando in jeans is crazy.
Oh, so the
If
problem's
your
in his
son's
jeans.
14 and he's shitting himself, you failed as a father.
But it's not shit. He's not shitting
not.
himself in the
Oh,
pants.
he's just not wiping.
He's just
right.
not wiping correctly.
All right, even worse.
I think
Is it worse? It's about worse.
that's like,
I
if you
don't
think
know.
about it, like, he also
Question: do you wipe
doesn't-
front to back or back to front?
Great question. I think front to back the majority of the time. I'm not an exclusive kind of guy.
Okay, I think I'm a front to back exclusive,
goodness. Well, that's not hygienic.
but front to back, yeah, going from
Oh, I'm saying like that's not hygienic. Like to go back to front is not hygienic.
no, probably not.
It is not.
Yeah, it doesn't seem hygienic.
It's not. It is not. It's not good. Well,
Nothing
then
seems
again,
hygienic about the whole process, to be honest.
Yeah,
My
the
anatomy-
bidet actually sounds very
You
hygienic.
a bidet is more hygienic. Actually, it is more clean
Mhm.
because you're literally washing. Actually, some like people like I know I believe it's in Islam, like it's like faith based, like you are to wash, so to be clean. So
Mm.
Yeah, makes sense. You should.
I mean,
As a
if he
girl.
has trouble wiping, he just got to get used to the bidet. Honestly.
No,
as a
you
girl,
can't just get
you
used
can
to
get
the
an
bidet
infection.
in America because you will shit in toilets that don't have bidets, right? You gotta learn to wipe. Hello, you're 14.
Well, I think the other problem here though is like first of all he's 14, he doesn't do his own laundry and doesn't know how, and he doesn't know how to wipe, so he clearly doesn't know how to do a lot of things.
He's not a functioning human.
No.
Like it sounds
He's
like
a child.
he's
He's an
not
infant.
doing anything for himself implied by this.
Sounds like he's like 6.
Yeah, it sounds like he's an infant.
Yeah.
he's not getting treated like he's been babied maybe a little too much.
A lot too much.
He's not.
Yeah, I'm not for the whole baby and like, you know, like some people like I'm not saying you should hit dogs, but you shouldn't not hit a dog if he's bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, like there is a time to use physical violence, like to discipline people and animals. There's a time.
Not
it's
your
effective.
dog.
Yes, you should.
Do you
It's
have
not
a
like
dog?
it's not like you should beat them consistently, but you should either like, you know, they piss on the carpet, right? You slap their nose and you stick their nose in the piss, and then they're like, "Oh, it's because I pissed. That's why I got slapped."
So actually,
Right?
supposedly
But
there's
if
something.
that continues to happen, if you do that 10 times and he's still pissing on the carpet, then you need to find a different means to discipline him because that's clearly not translating, right? It should only, you know, it's a way of communicating that's like, you know, for baby. You know, that's why you
Yeah.
know, kids get spanked, right?
I do like I believe in spanking to an extent. I feel like it shouldn't be like you shouldn't beat your kid. Like they shouldn't have
Nobody
marks.
said
They shouldn't
beat
have
your kid.
bruises. But like I think to an extent like some kids don't respond to like verbal discipline and like
Right.
don't respond to
Absolutely
certain
not.
things
They don't.
and like they don't
Many kids
respect their
don't.
parents.
Especially
so-
boys, let's be honest.
That's how you learn. Like if I knew I didn't do a lot of things because I got spanked just a couple times
Exactly.
and I didn't want it again.
That's the point. A
So,
couple of times. That's it.
After
That's
that, once it got threatened for the rest of my, but I was afraid of my parents, low key, because like for the rest of my childhood, if they ever were like even
It is
thinking
too much.
about spanking me, I was fucking
Oh,
horrified.
it's terrifying.
I
Absolutely.
was
So-
scared shitless.
So
Makes you disciplined.
So like I'm reading because I was wondering. There's stuff that says do not rub a dog's nose in urine or feces or
Not
punish a
in
dog.
it, near it.
Well, no, or near it because it's teaching your dog to fear you instead of teaching him to respect you. So the difference between fear and respect, and he might
I'm not
hide.
buying it yet. I'm not
Might
buying it.
hide when he has to go. So like he might hide from you when he has to go to the bathroom.
And that's the same thing with people. Like I low key was like afraid, like
So
afraid
fear
of what
versus
my parents would do.
respect is the thing.
I think if you tell like I learned
You
telling
can't
the dog
just
no.
let him be okay with pissing. You can't just let it pass like there's no consequences.
Well, we tell the dog. Well, at least in my house, we like told our dog just look, no, and then took him out more
It
often.
doesn't speak English.
Well, you
Their
could just
dog
say
is-
bad dog. They still understand
They
if you're
still
mad at
your
them.
tone.
I understand your tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they understand your tone. And also it's like
But you bring him over to it, right?
You just like, and you have to do it immediately after they do it. If you do it later, it doesn't work. But like, if you
Well, I'm
tell the
getting
dog,
close.
no,
that's what I'm saying. It's not good.
That's not what you.
That's outdated.
You just have to like be like, look, no, like make sure that they see it and you point.
And
No,
are
and like
upset
are
with
stern.
them.
Like you need to
No.
be like sad or like
Oh, I'm direct. Believe me.
Yeah, you're trying to put the dog's face.
yeah. They're
We're
afraid
near.
of you then, but
A little bit, to a degree. Yeah.
Do you have a dog?
I do not own a dog. No.
Oh.
I saw Kobe today. I take Kobe out a good amount. My brother's dog.
yeah,
Does he fear you?
Oh, he loves me.
Okay.
I was trying to.
Are you
I
the-
watched
are you the
him
Funkle?
last week.
Are you the
I
fun
am
uncle?
The Funkle. But I watched him last week because he was on vacation, and it was great. And I was really trying to get him to walk more properly, and I achieved it like very minorly. Like he did not retain anything. You know, by the end of me trying to teach him, he was walking super well on that walk, but the next day, it's pretty much back to the
So
basics.
I've seen like some dog training videos and how they get dogs to like walk, like follow you instead of following the
Right.
path.
Yeah.
Is like you have to change up your pattern, because then
Yeah.
they know patterns, so like they'll understand what walk they're going on based on where you
Right.
go. But if you continuously like go backwards sometimes or something, they learn
Yeah,
to follow you instead of follow the path.
Right, you need to essentially, because I researched how to
Yeah.
do this, and essentially you need to establish like a job essentially for the dog, right? And you need to let him clearly communicate to him that his job is to follow you and not to lead. Right?
Yeah.
I'm walking the dog; he's not walking me, essentially, right? So, the way you start to communicate that, as you were saying, is to, I think you said zigzag, but the kind of term I think
I just know it's not follow the
kept
same
going
pattern.
to. Yeah, the term corrective U-turn is the way
There you
they
go.
kept referring to it. So, like, when a dog starts to lead, U-turn, change direction so your back towards the dog, and then give him a jerk so he knows that, it's he's in the wrong, essentially. And then he sees you walking the other direction, and then he approaches you, and reward him for coming next to you. And then if he
Goes ahead of you.
continue to encourage it by rewarding him for sitting next to you. And it did work, but then when I didn't have salami,
You probably gotta wean it off the salami.
Yeah.
Wean it
Yeah,
off.
you do have to.
You can't just go from like having salami one day to just cold turkey, no salami.
And you have to like.
I had a tight window.
you were trying to turn it around.
I was.
Quit.
Man.
Yeah, you have to like
Were
not
you doing
reward every
backflips
time.
next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
That's why
teaching
he's
them.
expecting the salami every single time, and you gotta like.
Yeah.
Gotta bring, like,
sometimes
less
I'm sure he
salami.
started to expect it.
Yeah.
every other time give him salami versus like every single
And
time.
then like every
He's
4 or
spoiled
5
anyways,
times.
I don't feel bad.
I'd like to say my legs are extremely pale from the light. I mean, they're pale anyways, but the light just woof.
Yeah, you're just
They're
getting
gonna be
exposed by the light.
they're gonna be glowing on the VOD.
Yeah, normally my forehead is glistening.
Same.
Gotta get you
What are you
like
gonna do?
a tan,
Oh, I could get a spray tan.
spray tan. Ooh.
Well, better than like a tanning bed. I would actually physically burn in a
Well,
tanning
yeah,
bed.
not a tan. I just meant like a real tan, like go to the beach. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that'd be a burn.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like UV rays and me, absolutely not. We will burn to the nth degree.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't relate.
I know. I'm jealous. I wish. I wish I could go like lay out and
I
just
used to
tan.
tan.
Let the tanning be. I do burn.
No, I'm not saying you
But-
don't. I'm just saying you tan still.
I will tan.
I used to tan, but I stopped like literally like the age of 8. It was like the last time I got tan.
It's like you put sunscreen on and you still tan where you put sunscreen on.
I tan when I forget to though.
Okay.
But it's like it depends. If I'm somewhere where the UV index is really high, or I'm like really high, like high altitude, I can burn really fast.
Trust me, I understand.
Well, I guess it's common sense, but like.
I burn where the UV index is low.
But where the UV index is
Wherever the sun's
low,
at.
Yeah,
I'm not burning. But
even
if it's high, I'm if I'm on the beach, like I'm probably burning.
If I see white clouds in the sky and I'm outside for 2 hours, even if it's, covering the sun, there could be a burn. There could be a burn.
Gotta love it.
For sure. But, gotta get used to it.
All right, should we do the intro?
Yeah, I think we can do the intro.
All right, well, Friends with Differences podcast, episode 3.
Woo!
Thanks for joining. This is the intro. Maya, thank you for coming on again. Special
Have
guest.
me back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. This was fun. So, what do we talk about generally? We talk about AI.
And AITA, which is...
AITA,
Got a
Yeah.
theme going.
Yeah.
which
Send it
is...
up.
AITA is...
Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? The Reddit thread,
Reddit thread.
sifting
Yeah.
through
Sifting through
the
some
best
Reddit.
of the
Pretty
best.
good.
Yeah. What else do we talk about?
We talk about
that-
superpowers.
Yeah, superpowers.
Superpowers, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
We're
Yeah,
talking
we've narrowed it down.
Yeah.
We're pretty good.
Not
Yeah.
too bad.
Oh, yeah. I think that's about it.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Until next
Thank
time.
you.
Peace.
Peace out. From the Gingerhouse. Send it.